You are still watching Business Tech Guide on DGN. Today we're thrilled to have Suad A-Rahman, co-founder and operations and marketing lead of Sanasana Sustainability. With a passion for innovation and sustainability, Suad plays a key role in driving strategic growth and brand visibility. Hi Suad, how are you doing?
Hi Nadia, I'm doing amazing.
I'm so glad you can make it.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
All right, okay, so let's kick off with some rapid fire questions. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so first one is solar energy or wind power?
Solar energy.
Okay. 2 is measuring emissions or reducing emissions?
Reducing emissions.
Okay. Tech innovation or policy advocacy?
Policy advocacy.
Green marketing or silent sustainability?
Green marketing.
Okay. And then reforestation or renewable energy?
Reforestation.
Okay, then the last one is funding from VCs or climate grants.
Climate grants.
Okay, I can see you really like that one. Okay, so now we head into our main questions. So for those who are just hearing about Sanasana Sustainability, what is the story behind the company?
Okay, so Sanasana is a Pan-African female-led software company. We actually met at a one-year training program run by West Africa that essentially brings together entrepreneurs from across Africa to start businesses. So that was what happened. Okay. We all happened to be in the same cohort, and I don't know what the business word for we fell in love is.
You guys just like meshed.
We just vibe, like we just vibe. We're like different variations of the same person.
And then they came together and they formed Sanasana.
Yes.
Okay. So now what inspired the three of you to launch Spark, your flagship fleet management software?
So we knew we wanted to start a business, but we wanted it to be something that was impactful. And all of us are really passionate about sustainability. I already have a sustainable skincare business. So we did what you first do when you're starting a business, which was research. We were farming for problems because, you know, you have to build from the problem stage. You can't just decide you want to build a product and go with that. So we started asking around family, friends, like, you know, what issues do you have? What can we solve? And a colleague mentioned that he was having a hard time tracking his fuel and his drivers. He ran a construction delivery business. Okay. And he mentioned they were using WhatsApp, Excel, just fragmented data sources, and it was really costing him a lot of money. So when he mentioned that, we said, you know what? That sounds interesting. It's something that we know of, but we weren't too immersed in. So we decided to do a bit more research, and every single person we talked to, it was like we were talking to the same person. They all had the same issue with fuel management, fuel efficiency. So we realized it was a really serious problem, which was affecting the environment as well. So it was a win-win. We solved your problem.
So you found a problem and you solved it. You
exactly.
are solving it.
We're solving it.
Okay, so Spark is hardware free and uses AI. How does it work, and why did you take that approach?
So we figured out that a lot of the cars already tend to have sensors. It's like they have the sensors, they have the trackers and all of that. That wasn't the issue. The issue was they weren't using them to the best of their abilities. You know, you can have all the books in the world. If you don't know how to read, there's no point. So most of them were using the trackers for like basic stuff like just GPS tracking, but not actually being able to take actionable steps. So we decided instead of being just, you know, another hardware company, we will use the hardware you already have to make your operations better by extracting the data from it, the relevant stuff like your fuel consumption, your GPS, your like the state of your car for predictive maintenance. Yeah, so we decided to build on existing systems.
Okay, so you built on existing systems and now you have Spark.
Yes, we do.
Okay, so now what has the response been like since your beta launch in February?
I think it's been really great.
Oh,
it's been really great.
Love that.
It's very validating because, you know, you put so much effort, so much time into things. Side note, we're all software developers, so we're doing everything in-house.
Okay.
Yeah, so just having people use our product and be like, yeah, this is actually really helping because now we don't have to use like physical paper and Excel.
WhatsApp,
we have
all of those things.
WhatsApp, we have all our data in one place. It's just hearing that, oh, this is actually helping me. It's just,
you've done so well. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So who is Spark built for and what kind of businesses are using it now?
So Spark, I would say it's built for generally anyone who has a fleet. But you know, when you're starting out, you have to kind of niche just to test the market. So we're targeting logistics companies, specifically freight and FMCG. But currently, since we're still building and testing, we're open to everyone, even like people with like one car, which is something that a lot of other solutions don't have. So get us while we're hot.
All right, okay, guys, get her while she's hot. So you are targeting a 20% reduction in fuel use and emissions. How do you track and measure that? You spoke about that, so
Yes.
go into details.
So the data is there. There's this quote that I really love. Without data, you're just a person with an opinion. So a lot of companies have inefficiencies that they're not able to track, and that's what's driving their costs up. But because we do a lot of analytics, for example, one part of the solution is fuel efficiency. So we know you're going from point A to B. We know the fuel price. We know how much how much fuel you should burn and how much that should cost. If you are constantly going above or below that, then we know there's a problem. But then what is the cause of the problem? That's where we come in, because it could be anything from driver behavior. It could be the vehicle itself, which is not in good condition, so it's burning more fuel. It could be the routes that you're taking. So there's so many different reasons as to why people are having these issues, but they don't know. So what we're doing is providing visibility on the economics of people's fleets. So you can see which cars are making you the most money, which drivers, which deliveries, which trips.
Okay.
So we're just...
all of that is built into the app?
Yes.
Okay, that's amazing.
Yes. Because the hardware is already there, and if you don't have hardware, we can facilitate that for you. But the data is there. People just don't know how to tap into it and use it properly.
Okay, and that's where you came
That's
in.
where we come in.
We love that. So as women in tech operating between Accra and Nairobi, what unique challenges and also opportunities have you experienced yet?
Ooh, that's my favorite question.
Let's get to the challenges first, and then we'll go to the opportunities next.
So I will say, it's kind of being women in a male-dominated space, that's tech and then also fleets. It's kind of like a blessing and a curse. It's a curse in a sense where there's a lot of people, I think this is probably an issue people face even if they're not women. There's a lot of people who claim they want to help you, and then they come in and you're so excited because these are like serious people, and then somewhere along the line the conversation either diverts to they have nefarious intent, or they're just like or they try and change your business. We've had that a lot. We are having meetings and people are like, oh, and also you should do this and you should do this and you should do this. It's like, come back online, like this is what we're doing. Exactly. That's not my business. So that's really been something. Also being women, sometimes this is something that we've had happen a number of times, and it pisses my CEO off so much.
Oh, no.
You go and talk to someone and they're like, where's your boss?
Oh,
okay. Like, I'm the boss.
Yeah, they don't rate you enough to think you can handle the business.
Off the top of their heads, they're like, oh, okay, like you're telling them what you're doing, and they're so interested, and you're like, okay, let me speak to your boss. It's like,
no, I'm the boss.
I'm the boss. Like, I just told you I was the boss, and then suddenly it's like, oh, really? Then it's just, there's a lot of stereotypes, and we are working towards a better system, but it's still something that is faced. Like, you will get no's because you're a woman sometimes, and that just is what it is. But on the flip side,
the opportunity, let's go. Tell me about that.
Sometimes you get yeses because you're a woman. And it's really true.
Which is true.
And I feel like it's something that I always encourage people to take those opportunities, because sometimes there's shame around it. You feel like, oh, I didn't work for it, or they're only giving me this because I'm a woman. And it's like, yes, there's also people who are going to take things away from you because you're a woman. So you better take the opportunity where you get
on it and then get to the next level.
Exactly.
That's what you have to do,
take it and then prove that you are deserving of it.
Yes, that's amazing. So some problems stem from the fact that you're a woman, and some opportunities also come from being a woman. So then it goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
All right. So now, what's next for Spark? And any features or expansion plans we should look out for?
So we are actually looking into the EV space because, one of our main goals, we're helping companies reduce costs and improve their efficiency, but we're also trying to help with the carbon reduction because the less fuel you burn, the less emissions you produce. But at the end of the day, you are still producing emissions. Yeah. And there's a bunch of there's companies that want to transition, but the ROI, they're not sure about it. And EVs can be a very expensive market to get into. So even if people want to transition, they are not going to scrap all their cars and then buy a bunch of EVs. There will be a transition. So we're working on a solution that can handle both your fuel cars and your EV cars, so that you can also kind of compare and see where you're making money, and it makes the transition smoother rather than you just like crossing your fingers and hoping.
Not knowing, yeah. So for our audience, maybe they don't know what EVs are. I know, but tell them electric vehicles.
Electric vehicles that are powered by electricity.
Okay,
basically.
That's good. So now let's talk about your team. What roles do each of you play, and how do you collaborate across 2 countries? Because I know Nairobi and Ghana.
Yes. So I love our team. We're so interesting. Like, as much as I said, we are very similar, we are different in all the right places. So I handle the marketing and the operations, so our brand identity and all of that. Then we have our CEO, Karen.
Okay.
She's Kenyan. She handles our business, our sales, all of that. She leads that. And then we have our tech lead, Muthoni. She handles the tech. She's also a certified public accountant, so she handles our financials. I studied law as well, so I help out with that.
Suad does everything. If you guys don't know, she does everything. She's a bit of everything.
I try. I do.
Okay.
So, so that's the team. We all help out with everything. Like, no one is like, no, that's not my domain. When we need to step in, we will help with the tech, they'll help with the marketing, the sales, we're all doing that. In terms of collaboration, it's actually been super easy. Like, we haven't felt the effects of being a remote team. I think it also helps that we did start off in the same place. So in the beginning, when we were like building the core of the product, we were having meetings every single day because we were all in one hostel. Okay. So we started off good. So that way, when they went back to their countries, it was easier for us to just collaborate. We meet every day. We text, like, it's 2025.
Yeah.
You don't need to be in the same location to get anything done. Like, it's very smooth, very seamless.
That's amazing. So you guys are all hands-on.
Very hands-on.
Your part, and you guys mesh.
You cannot not be hands-on when you're building a startup.
Honestly. So you mentioned sustainability. Beyond carbon reduction, how else does Spark support eco-conscious businesses?
So, one thing that we are looking at is, we know it's not enough to just say, reduce your carbon emissions. People are people. You have to speak their language, which is money. So on top of like reducing costs and also helping you track your emissions, we're working on a reward system. So where we're able to reduce your cost, you may get something back in return. That incentivizes you to keep using the app, being on top of your operations.
So you give people rewards.
Yeah.
That's amazing, guys. Hop onto the app.
Save and win. Save and win.
Okay. So any success stories so far, or like any success stories a client has given you by using your app?
So I would say generally, because we're still building, the feedback that we've gotten, it's mainly been about you're on the right path. You're on the right path. I'm finding value from it. So people are more so waiting for additional features.
Okay.
Because right now it's solving one problem, but then they're waiting for it to solve the other problems. But the reception has been really, really good on the client side, and also the ecosystem side. It's really like we've had such a boost of confidence.
Aww.
Like, we are building this by ourselves, passion, our own money, all of that. So to have other people come in and be like, oh, we believe in what you're doing, we're going to support you. No cost, no equity. It's very validating because people are not going to
just give you stuff
if they didn't see you using it well. So shout out to Startup Discovery School Africa. Thank you for believing in us, and the Templars Legal Incubator Program. Those are 2 institutions that are supporting us.
That's amazing. You would mention you're using your own money. So I wanted to ask you, how are you financing this journey? And have you raised any funding or formed any key partnerships? You mentioned your partnerships.
Yeah.
Can you reiterate them for me?
So you said, how are we funding it? Look, if I tell you I don't know. Like, when the bills come monthly, we just pay. We don't know how. The money
just comes.
The bills just come, and then just whoever's card is available at the time, we do it, because what else are we going to do? We haven't raised any money, but we do have Startup Discovery Africa that has a line of credits for us. We're in their maiden program. So, certain stuff they are helping us cover, like server costs and all of that. So that's been a really, really helpful partnership. And Templates as well, they are helping us with our legal foundations, you know, because we are a data intelligence company. We are dealing with a lot of data, and it's a very, you cannot play with people's data, especially big companies. So they're helping us just really set our foundations so that we are in line with the law and just everything we need to be in line with. And also legal services are expensive.
Yeah.
I know them specifically, they're expensive. So thank you.
They're doing it for you. They're just helping you guys out.
Free.
That's
because
amazing.
they believe in us and they hope that, you know,
it becomes what it's supposed
something.
to become.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So what advice would you give to other African women looking to break into tech or build a tech startup?
This is something we're always telling ourselves in the team. Don't tell yourself no. Like, I don't know if I should say this on camera, but there are dumber people out there who are doing really, really amazing things.
Yeah.
And it's just because they believe in themselves. Whoever, like, don't ever think a partner or a person is too big for you to approach, because they are human beings like you. And sometimes when you get in these rooms with people, you realize, I was so afraid of this person, intimidated, but they are just a regular human being like me. So put yourself out there, ask. The worst they can say is no. They are not going to say no, lock her up to jail or anything. It's just, no, we can't help you. And then you go on about your day.
On your forehead. Like, you're not walking around with no on
exactly.
your forehead.
Like, you swallow the L another day, because all you need is one yes. If you get 900 no's and you get one yes, that one yes can just set you up for life. So it's hard. Sometimes you wake up and you're like, what am I even doing? Like, no money, no this, no that. You want to just give up, but then
you know where you're going. You know
where you're
be.
going.
I know
just hold on, just a little longer. It will pay off.
Because I saw this thing where it said that sometimes you're about to give up, and that's where your breakthrough is coming through. So if you don't hold on, you just lose your breakthrough. So that's a good one. So if anyone wants to sign up for Spark or partner with you, what's the best way to reach out?
So you can reach out to us through our website. That's sanasanasustainability.com. On there, you will find links to all our socials, our LinkedIn, our Calendly. We're very active, so you can reach us on any of these platforms. You can schedule a demo on our Calendly. You can email us. We are very open to partnerships, to clients. Like, don't count yourself out. Just reach out. Let's even just have a conversation. Maybe you have insights that will help us.
Exactly. So, that's amazing. So guys, please reach out to her. And finally, what's the big vision for Sanasana over the next 5 years? Give me over 5 years and then give me over 10 years. Yes, because we're getting there. It's not stopping now.
That's very fair. That's very fair. So when we began, actually, the product and the company were both Sanasana. But then as we went on, we had to make the distinction, because we realized we wanted to build more products, maybe not just in fleets, in other areas as well that are sustainability and impact focused. So I can't give like specific detail right now. You know, it's a trade secret.
keep it. Okay.
But just know that there will be more products from Sanasana across different industries. But you need short term, look out for Spark EV, Spark electric vehicles.
Okay, and then over 10 years now, how do you see your company?
If I say this,
just say it, like speak it. So when it comes to pass, we watch the video.
How I see my company, I have very, very big plans. I have very, very big plans for this company. Like I can just feel it in my bones.
Okay.
Like you hear Sanasana everywhere.
Aww.
I think this is very random, but an industry I'm interested in is fashion. You know, we have a very big fast fashion problem.
Yeah.
And I feel like we could make a difference there as well. It's very far from fleets, but Sanasana is sustainability focused and it's data intelligence. Data, I really believe, is the key to a better future, because we can have all the infrastructure and all of that, but then if we are not able to get the information from it to make proper decisions, it's just there. It's just there for decoration.
All right. Thank you so much, Suad, for coming.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Don't leave.